day and hold his hand and believe that he's real. Because if that's not what you're free to do, well, then you're not living the victorious life. You're not living in what God... Somehow we got derailed in religion from what Jesus came to offer us. The bottom line of everything that we do in Christianity, everything that Christ came to do for us, was to set us free, to have relationship with our Father. Do we have it? And more than that, does it matter to us? It has to matter. It has to matter. It has to matter in our worship. It has to matter in what we do. It has to matter when we walk. It has to matter in everything. It's all connected. So, a lot of great preachers, a lot of great teachers, a lot of great ministries on TV. We have gone through a full-blown couple worship movements. Marketed as they were, in a great way. I mean, we've sold millions of CDs. And they say we'll probably lose the entire next generation right now, the way it stands as the church. They're just walking out, leaving. No connection, no connectivity. Have we really lost? No, we haven't lost. We've just been following men. My goal the next couple days is not to get you to follow me. My goal is to somehow express to you what God has expressed to me for you and for me. So that you can hear His voice, you can attend to His needs, you can follow His desire and His plan. Because He isn't running around trying... See, what we'll try to do is we'll try to figure out what the needs of that generation are so we can fill those needs and somehow make them turn. They're not turning. The whole prophetic thing and the whole seeker-sensitive thing, as far as they are apart, they are singular in one thing. They're losing. Any movement that's made by man, propelled by man, or our energy, or even our ability, will always lose in the end. Jesus gave us victory. Oh, man. Come on. Our ability to not be shaken like Jesus, it's going to take a whole generation of people. I'm not talking about young. I'm talking about every age. Every age. I was just talking with a bunch of youth guys recently. We just started talking. I said, you know what's really going to take? It's going to take me and you and the rest of you guys. This is all I have to say to this whole comment and this whole comment on this whole deal. All I got to say is this. I'm not really afraid. I'm not worried because God's victorious. So all we have to do is get our rears in gear as to what we're really called to be doing and who it is that Jesus really called us to. What are the ones that He's called you to? What are the people that He's called you to? First and foremost, a lot of the things that God really requires in the moment of doing them, guys, to reach an entire generation, to reach this entire city for Jesus, it's the opposite of the world's plan. The plan of the world is quick, get people pleased, get men pleased, get all these people pleased. The plan of the kingdom is always the opposite. Want to know power? Mother Teresa had power. Want to know power? Power is Mother Teresa. She walks in to at the time, the most powerful nation in the world, and all of its leaders in America, probably still is that, and says to Bill Clinton and the entire entourage, basically rebukes them of abortion in 1994 and 1997. And they all have to smile. Why? Because they don't know what to do with a woman of such power. Why? Because she didn't care about what they thought about him. She wasn't trying to be political. And she wasn't trying to be mean either. She was just speaking her heart. How does this happen? It happens by a woman that goes with pennies in her pocket, the equivalent thereof, and just goes to somewhere where nobody knew about those people and nobody knew their name, and she wasn't trying to get a name and derive some sort of meaning in her life from working with the people of Calcutta. She was just trying to follow the will of the Father. You know what I mean. Those are the transformers. Those are the people that transform a whole world, a whole nation. Without ever having to do one campaign, guys, every need is met. She never had to campaign. She never had to have cards. She never had to push anything. Nothing. How? Why? By walking in the way of Jesus. That's how. What do you want from me, Father? Who are the people that you've given to me? Oh, them? Whatever He's called you to, it won't take that much money. You don't have to have glitz and glamour, and we're not going to reach the generation by that, or trying to manipulate them or coerce them by our thinking and our ideas. It's not just this generation, it's every generation. God's looking for us to say, are we satisfied yet? And this is what the Lord's been speaking to me. Are you truly satisfied, Jason? I'm sitting on a plane thinking about this. Are you truly satisfied? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? Listen to this. Matthew 5:6 says, blessed are those that hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. So I started thinking about that one day. Blessed are those that hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Why don't you say it with me, just like we're in kids' class, you know? Blessed are those that hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. I love God's word on this passage out of God's word, and a couple others have it this way. Blessed are those that hunger and thirst for God's approval, for they will be satisfied. The Message says it this way. You are blessed. You're blessed when you've worked up a good appetite for God. Because you find that He's the best drink and the best meal the best food and drink and the best meal that you'll ever eat. It's almost like God says, I love it through the Message. He almost says it this way. It's just basically like, you know, God doesn't say, to you when you get angry and you leave, like somebody might say, a bad father in the earth would say, well, you're wrong and you smell bad, or whatever we'd say, you know what I mean? Bad fathers, and don't you ever come back if you walk out that door. God, He doesn't say that. He says, He'll be back. This is God. This is the Father. You'll be back. You're going to be back. I'll be waiting. And He sends angels to your protection to protect your little rear while you're running around. This is how awesome our Father is. He is so awesome that He is not in need of us telling Him how awesome He is. He's not even looking for that, you guys. He's looking for relationship. This is hard for us to believe, but this is what He's always wanted. Not recognition, not fame, not anything. Just, can I have my children back? John 17:9. That's what I've been thinking about lately. And I do not pray for the world, but I pray for those that you've given to me. Whoa. That it would not be God's will for you to spend the rest of your life trying to win the world. What have we done trying to win the world? We haven't won the world. That's what we've done. We've not won the world. We're not winning the world. That's a bummer. But it's okay. This is the thing. There's no condemnation in this. Because God, He's victorious. See, and once the church comes alive into its sonship and daughtership, once the sons and daughters of God come alive, all of creation is groaning for that to happen. But there's something else that's groaning for that to happen. All of heaven. All of heaven just waiting. Waiting on you. Waiting on you every morning. Waiting on you every morning. Waiting on you every morning. God, give us revelation that you're waiting. All of heaven is waiting on you every morning. Actually waiting for your response. Actually waiting for your ears to be open to hear. Actually waiting for you. Just say, God, I want to hear you. I want to hear you. God, that's what we want. This is all worship. This is worship, worship, worship. Music has become the idol of worship. Come into this moment right now and give us worship, God. I want to hear.